Marcus Chen opened the hospital bill, and what he saw made his hands shake. $523,147 for his final round of scans and follow-up appointments. But wait a minute, there was a stamp across it in red ink. Paid in full, anonymous donor. Marcus read it again, then again. This couldn't be real. April 3, 2024, Seattle, Washington. Marcus was sitting in his oncologist's waiting room. The envelope from billing had arrived that morning. 4 years of treatment, 4 years of mounting debt, and now this final bill, except someone had already paid it. But that wasn't even the shocking part. The real story had started 4 years ago, and nobody knew the truth. Let me tell you. March 2020, Marcus Chen was 32 years old, software engineer, running marathons, healthy until he wasn't. It started with stomach pain. He ignored it for weeks. Then he started losing weight, 20 pounds in a month. Stage 3 pancreatic cancer. Marcus sat in the doctor's office alone. "Mr. Chen," Dr. Patterson had said, "we need to start aggressive treatment immediately. Chemotherapy, radiation, possibly surgery." Marcus nodded. His mind was blank. Cancer. At 32. "What's the cost?" The doctor hesitated. "With your insurance, you're looking at about $400,000 out of pocket. Maybe more." Marcus felt the room spin. He had $18,000 in savings. His insurance had a massive deductible, and his company had just started layoffs because of COVID. "I'll figure it out," Marcus said. But he had no idea how. That night, Marcus called his parents. They were immigrants who ran a small dry cleaning business in Sacramento. They'd worked 60-hour weeks for 30 years to send him to college. "Mom," Marcus said, "I have cancer." His mother started crying. "We'll sell the business. We'll sell the house. Whatever you need." "No," Marcus said firmly. "You worked 30 years for that business. I'll find another way." But there was no other way. Marcus started treatment in April 2020. The bills came. $47,000 for the first month, $52,000 for the second. His credit cards maxed out. He borrowed from friends. He set up a GoFundMe that raised $8,000. It wasn't enough. It was never enough. June 2020. Marcus got a call from the hospital billing department. He knew what was coming. "Mr. Chen," the woman said, "your account is seriously delinquent. We need to discuss payment options or we'll have to suspend your treatment." Marcus felt tears coming. "Please, I'm doing everything I can. I understand, but..." And then something happened. Something nobody could explain. The next morning, Marcus got another call. Same billing department, different tone. "Mr. Chen?" The woman's voice was confused. I don't know how to explain this. A payment came through overnight. Anonymous wire transfer, $100,000. Marcus dropped his phone. $100,000? From who? "We don't know. It's completely anonymous. But it's real. The money cleared." Marcus was shaking. "Is this a mistake? Will they take it back?" "No, sir. It's marked as a donation specifically for your treatment. There's a note. It just says, 'Keep fighting.'" Who would do this? Marcus called everyone he knew. His parents hadn't won the lottery. His friends were broke. His company said it wasn't them. July came. Another bill, another anonymous payment, $95,000. August, $103,000. September, $88,000. Marcus was going crazy. He couldn't sleep. Every night he'd lie awake thinking, Who cares about me this much? He made a list. Old college friends, former co-workers, distant relatives. He called every single person. "Did you pay my hospital bill?" "What? No, Marcus. I wish I could afford that." Every answer was the same. No, no, no. He hired a private investigator. "Find out who's doing this. I don't care what it costs." The investigator worked for 2 months, came back empty. "Whoever it is, they're routing through multiple offshore accounts, shell corporations. It's completely untraceable. This person really doesn't want to be found." Marcus went to the hospital, demanded a meeting with the billing director. "Please, I need to know who's saving my life." The billing director shook her head. "Mr. Chen, we've never seen anything like this in 30 years. We can't trace it. Legally, we can't even try." 2020 passed. 2021 came. The treatments continued. The bills continued. The anonymous payments continued. Every single bill, paid in full, always anonymous, always with the same note: keep fighting. By 2022, Marcus was in remission. The doctors called it a miracle. Your treatment was perfect, Dr. Patterson said. No interruptions, no delays. That's why you're here. Marcus knew the truth. He was alive because a stranger had spent over $500,000 to save him. I need to find them, Marcus told everyone. I need to say thank you. But how do you find a ghost? 2023 passed. Marcus tried everything. Posted on Reddit. Hired data analysts. Contacted the IRS. Nothing. And then March 2024 came. Marcus was reading the news one morning, an article about Justin Bieber. He was doing a rare interview about his health struggles. I was diagnosed with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome in 2022, Justin said in the interview. But what people don't know is that I also had a cancer scare in 2020, pancreatic abnormalities. They thought it might be cancer. Marcus froze. Pancreatic. 2020. The article continued. Justin was talking about being in Seattle for treatment. I was in Seattle Presbyterian Hospital for weeks, Justin said, getting tests, waiting for results, and I was terrified. Seattle Presbyterian, Marcus's hospital. And then Justin said something that made Marcus's heart stop. I remember walking through the cancer ward, seeing all these people fighting, and I felt guilty. I had everything: money, resources, the best doctors, and these people were struggling to afford basic treatment. I couldn't stop thinking about it. Marcus stood up, hands shaking. He grabbed his old hospital bills, started checking dates. First anonymous payment, June 15, 2020. He searched online, Justin Bieber, Seattle, June 2020. There it was, a paparazzi photo. Justin Bieber, leaving Seattle Presbyterian Hospital, June 14, 2020. One day before the first payment. Oh my God, Marcus whispered. He started digging deeper. Every anonymous payment date, he cross-referenced with Justin's known whereabouts. They all matched. Every time Justin was in the Pacific Northwest, a payment came within 24 hours. Marcus felt like he couldn't breathe. It was him. For 4 years, it was him. Marcus tried to contact Justin's management, sent 47 emails, left voicemails, sent messages through Instagram, Twitter, everything. Nothing. Then one night, his phone rang. Unknown number. Marcus almost didn't answer. Hello? Marcus? The voice was soft, tired. It's Justin Bieber. Marcus stopped breathing. What? Marcus Chen, Seattle Presbyterian Hospital, pancreatic cancer. Room 347. Room 347. Nobody knew that except... Marcus sat down. It's really you. Yeah, Justin said quietly. It's really me. How did you... My team finally let your messages through, Justin said. They thought you were a crazy fan. But then I saw your name, Marcus Chen, and I remembered. I've been remembering you for 4 years. It was you, Marcus said. His voice was shaking. For 4 years, over $500,000. Why? Justin was quiet for a long moment. June 2020. I was in that hospital scared out of my mind, waiting for test results, and I walked past your room. The door was open. You were on the phone with someone. Your mom, I think. Marcus remembered. He'd been crying on the phone with his mother. I heard you say, Mom, I can't do the treatment. We can't afford it. I'm going to have to let this kill me, Justin said. His voice was breaking. And then you said, please don't cry. You and Dad worked too hard to waste money trying to save me. Marcus felt tears on his face. I stood outside your room for 10 minutes, Justin continued, and I thought, this is wrong. Nobody should have to choose between living and bankrupting their family. But why anonymously? Marcus asked. Because it's not about me, Justin said. I was terrified I might have cancer too. And I thought, what if I die? What if this is my last chance to do something that matters? I didn't want credit. I wanted to save your life. That's it. Marcus was crying now. You did. The doctors said if I'd stopped treatment, I wouldn't have made it. I know, Justin said quietly. That's why I kept going. Every bill, every payment. I just kept thinking, this is someone's son, someone's friend. He deserves to live. Thank you, Marcus whispered. I don't know how to ever repay. You already did, Justin interrupted. You survived. That's the payment. But here's where the story exploded. Marcus made a video, posted it on TikTok. My name is Marcus Chen, he said to the camera. In 2020, I was dying of cancer. I couldn't afford treatment, and then a stranger saved my life. For 4 years, someone anonymously paid over $500,000 in medical bills. Today I found out who it was, Justin Bieber. Marcus held up the hospital bills, showed the payment records. He never wanted credit. He never told anyone. He just saved my life, quietly, privately, because that's who he really is. The video posted at 11 p.m. By 7 a.m. it had 15 million views. By noon, 40 million. The comments were going insane. People were crying, sharing their own stories. Justin Bieber paid my hospital bill too, someone commented. I thought I was the only one. Me too, another person wrote. 3 years of anonymous payments for my daughter's leukemia treatment. A nurse from Seattle Presbyterian came forward. I worked the cancer ward in 2020, she said in a video. Justin Bieber would come in disguised, hat, mask, sunglasses. He'd ask for the files of patients who were struggling financially, and he'd make notes. I knew what he was doing, but he made me promise to never tell anyone. The stories kept coming. 14 different families, all with the same experience, anonymous payments, medical bills paid in full, years of help, all from Justin Bieber, a father from Portland. My 9-year-old son had brain cancer, $380,000 in bills. Someone paid everything. I thought it was a billing error. It was Justin. A grandmother from Vancouver. My granddaughter needed experimental treatment, $450,000, not covered by insurance. Anonymous donor paid it all. She's alive because of him. A young teacher from Spokane. I was 26, breast cancer, lost my job, lost my insurance. Someone paid $290,000 in treatments. I never knew who, until today. Total amount, over $3.7 million, all anonymous, all quiet. All because he'd been scared in a hospital in 2020 and decided to do something about it. TMZ tracked Justin down. Is this true? Did you really pay millions in medical bills? Justin looked tired but smiled. Those families are heroes. They fought battles nobody should have to fight. I just wanted them to have a chance. Why didn't you ever talk about this? The reporter asked. Because it's not about me, Justin said simply. It's about them. Marcus and the other families, they're the story, not me. Within a week, something incredible happened. Marcus started a foundation, called it the Anonymous Angel Fund. The mission: pay medical bills for cancer patients who couldn't afford treatment. The launch goal was $100,000. They raised $4.2 million in 72 hours. Justin donated another $500,000, anonymously at first, until Marcus begged him to let people know. Today in 2024, the Anonymous Angel Fund has paid medical bills for over 200 families, $8.4 million in treatments covered. And Marcus? Fully cancer-free, working at a tech company, healthy, alive. On the 1-year anniversary of the video, Marcus and Justin met in person for the first time, at Seattle Presbyterian Hospital. They walked through the cancer ward together, visited patients, handed out checks. One patient, a teenage girl, started crying when Marcus handed her family a check for $50,000. You don't understand, her mother said. We were going to stop treatment next week. We couldn't afford it anymore. Marcus looked at Justin. Justin looked back. They both knew that feeling. You're going to be okay now, Marcus told the girl. Keep fighting. After the visits, they stood alone in the hallway. This is surreal, Marcus said. A year ago I was dying in one of these rooms. You were never dying, Justin said. You were fighting. There's a difference. Marcus looked at him. Why me? Out of everyone in that hospital, why did you choose me? Justin was quiet for a moment. I heard you tell your mom you were going to die. And your voice, it wasn't scared. It was just tired. Like you'd already given up. And I thought, no, not him. He doesn't get to give up. You saved my life. Justin shook his head. No, Marcus, you saved mine. I was lost in 2020, scared, depressed. Helping you gave me purpose. You saved me just as much as I saved you. They stood at the window overlooking the city. Two men who'd been strangers, connected by cancer, connected by kindness. "Thank you," Marcus said. "Thank you," Justin replied. And that's the truth. Justin Bieber spent over $500,000 to save a stranger's life. Anonymously, quietly, for 4 years. Not for credit, not for publicity, just because someone was suffering and he could help. If this incredible story moved you, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Share this video with someone who needs to believe in kindness. Have you ever helped someone anonymously? Tell us in the comments. And remember, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is help someone without ever asking for credit.